Hey everybody, I'm Tony Garcia here with Coco Personal Training, and in this episode we're going to take you through another small workout that you can do in your office. A lot of times with our episodes we just kind of show different exercises you can do and different equipment that you can easily carry around with you. But every once in a while I like to do an actual workout that you can kind of follow along with, little routines, because one of the hardest parts of working out is putting together routines. People find it difficult to kind of decide what they want to do when or how to put routines together. We'll say that for a later episode. Well, I'll actually go over how to put together routines yourself. But let's go ahead and do a small workout. So I went over in the previous episode how to do a proper squat. What we're going to do is kind of modify this a little bit to kind of make it a little bit more challenging. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do side-to-side squats. So I'm going to come over here by the wall. Okay, I'm going to do a squat like this. Then I'm going to bring my feet together, step off the other side, and squat. Okay, now I'm just going to go back and forth. So let's go ahead and do about 10 of those. So just like this, just back and forth. Making sure those knees do not go past the toes. You want to push back with your butt and just go side to side, just like that. Just a small variation of doing the squat. You know, squats are fairly easy and you can do them anywhere, but you know, this is really kind of a little better squat to kind of get a little bit more agility. You're really working on that stepping side to side. So if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, what you can do is add a little hop into it, like this. Get the basic squat down, and then you can kind of hop from side to side. So that's a good little warm up you can do, kind of get the legs warmed up, get your body worked up. Now what we're going to do is kind of switch it up. We talked about in the previous episode of doing supersets. So we're going to do the same thing here. So we worked our lower body. Now let's go ahead and take it to the top. This will give our legs a chance to relax, rest, while we work our upper body. So I'm going to make use of this chair here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the handles. So the nice thing about this is that since it's elevated, the push-ups are actually going to be a little bit easier. But because I'm going to use the arms here, it's going to allow me to go past that plane of being flat on the chest, like where you're limited on the ground going down so far. This will allow you to go down a little bit further, get a little bit more range. So you kind of make it the push-up itself easier, but increase the range, which makes it a little bit easier for you. So let's take a look at doing a few of those. So what I'm going to do is get in a push-up position. Now when you do this, you want to make sure that your back is straight. You want to make sure you're not slouching, leaning back like this. Okay. You want to drop your hips down so you feel all the weight on your arms. Okay. And you're just going to bring yourself down and up, just like that. And you can do about 10 of those. Just like this. Good. Now it's important to point out too, if you haven't run into the problem already, to kind of make sure it's pushed up against the wall or something so that you don't have it sliding when you're doing that. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do the same thing, sort of what we did with the squat, going side to side, except now we're gonna do lunges forward and back. So we did in the previous episodes how to do a stationary lunge. Now we're gonna do is what's called a front and back lunge. Okay, you have stepping lunges where you kind of walk into a lunge, stationary lunges, stepping off lunges like this. And you have walking lunges where you keep going like that. What we're going to do is we're going to do a front and back. This will allow you to kind of work stability as well. So what we're going to do, a little more advanced. So if you don't feel comfortable with this, go ahead and just do regular lunges. So from this position, what I'm going to do is I'm going to step forward into a lunge. Again, making sure my toes don't go past, dropping that back leg. And instead of putting my foot back like this, I'm going to bring it all the way behind me and do another lunge. Forward and back. You just want to do about 5 on each side. You can tell this really helps with the balance and also just makes the lunge a little bit more challenging. Then what I'll do is bring this foot up, step off the other side, and then do the same thing. Again, this is a little bit more advanced, so if you don't feel comfortable with this, go ahead and just regular stationary lunges or stepping lunges, whatever you feel comfortable doing. All right, There we go, fairly simple, right? Now we worked our upper body, our lower body, kind of bounce back and forth. Now let's do the same thing with our upper body. I'm gonna go grab this chair here. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this chair again. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some dips, all right? Dips where you place your arms behind you, you drop down and push up, working those triceps. So let me kind of show you how it works. First thing you wanna do is go ahead and have a seat on the chair, get your hand in a good position, and then just kind of walk yourself off like this, okay? And bring your butt just slightly off the chair, and then just gonna bend the arms, dip down, push back up. And it's important that you try not to go forward too far. Just bend your elbows and push up, just like this. If you wanna make it easier, you can bring your feet in like this. Kind of take some of that weight off, make it more difficult. Bring your legs all the way out. If you wanna make it even more difficult, you can find something to put your feet on that'll allow you to drop down a little bit further, okay? So here's a few, 4 movements that you can do. We're doing the supersets of going up and top and bottom. Get it that way. Okay, sorry about that. Had some connection issues. All right, so we take a look at doing side-to-side squats. Okay, just like this. Okay, we did our chair push-ups. All right, then we did front to back lunges, and then we did our dips. So here in about 5-10 minutes of just doing a few reps of those, you can give yourself quite a good workout. Nice thing about strength training is you don't build up as much of the sweat that you do as in cardio, where you got the heart racing the entire time. This is more putting that pressure and really building that strength. So just a few movements that you can do in your spare time. Just something you can do maybe once a week. Do this little 4 movement routine, and then as you learn more routines, you can start mixing and matching and start putting together your own routines. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you tomorrow, which will be Friday, Gene Day, and we'll show you another workout or something along the lines of this that can help you along. Also, don't forget my newest short story podcast went up on Tuesday. You can go to antoniobooks.com to check that out. I have 2 podcasts on there and also a video story. Plus, don't forget to take a look at my novels that I've written and pre-order Black Knight when that comes out. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.